Hello everybody, it's LE Diecast. We're back. We're going to dive into the bin. I have been working on a another diorama series. I'll show you the parts and pieces of it. You'll recognize this once the diorama gets going. There is the diorama. It looks very boring right now. We just did the base this morning and it is drying. So yeah, that's a little bit of a mystery peek into what we're working on for future shows here. So we're gonna get diving in. I just got this this one's a little custom repaint that's going nowhere here. I've mentioned we've got many of these repaints here that are getting cleaned up, so this guy will look very different in the future once he's all done, but he's getting underway. We put those there for size so that I can get the camera all lined up. I'm going to dive into the bin here. We'll show you what we pull out, and then I'm going to order them. Be right back. Okay, we're diving in. I have thrown a few new ones on top. Well, I shouldn't say new ones. They're very old, but some no-name cars got thrown in on top here in the last day or two. So let's mix this up. Last time I dug way down to the bottom on the right side. Let's dig way down on the bottom on the left side. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wow, there's some interesting ones I just pulled out. 9, 10. Okay, so it's actually going to end up being 9. Let's do whatever I got here. We'll call that 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18. I can see the bottom. What was that? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and that's 25. Okay, we've got our 25 cars, and we're going to order them. Okay, we've got them all ordered. We got some interesting ones here. I have a feeling our top pick here may not make it in the top 10 once we start throwing all these together. So let's get going. We'll go through the first couple here pretty fast. I don't even know what this one's trying to be. Here's this little no-name guy from China. I don't know what he's trying to be. Anyway, somebody can identify that. I don't know what he is. He's not that exciting. Alright, next up we got a... What was this guy? Super El Fasto? Or was his name just El Fasto? From 1999. I think it was from a track set, this particular color. For those that don't know, the El Fasto's mask comes off, revealing nothing much underneath. My son likes to take them apart. So El Fasto, there he is. Alright, moving on. We've got a Pontiac Buick Grand National, this one from 2011. This one came in at least one other color. I know it came in a white. The yellow one, not really my favorite, and not really one of my favorite castings, to be honest. So we've got that Grand National. We've got a Matchbox. This one is a Jeep Cherokee. I don't know the year on it. Looks like it belongs in my diorama though. This one was ranked a little higher. I moved them around at the last second. This guy didn't benefit. It does have the little hitch on the back. Not that old. Might have been from that Jeep series that was out recently. Walmart. I think that was a Walmart exclusive. Next up, we've got a Mach 5. This one is, I'm trying to figure out the make on this. I don't know. It's a Mach 5. A little bit beat up. Boy, I loved this car when I was a kid. This might be one of the first cars I came into contact with. This is a Pullback. This is a Pullback. Yeah, but its Pullback isn't working. So the Mach 5, probably one of the nicer Mach 5s we've seen. Next up, we've got the head starter. Yeah, this one from this year. Well, no, it's 2017's model. Was this the one that came in white too? I don't remember. This one gets a lot of attention because people rip the little character out of there and put him into their customs. It's got a really nice big metal engine on that too. I'm surprised somebody hasn't done something with that engine, or at least I haven't seen it yet. Head starter. This guy does need some polishing up, so he's a little dirty. But it is a Radio Flyer wagon, this one with black walls. I have no information on it because whatever notes I had on this one fell into the bin. Unrecoverable. Got big black wall tires on the back. This Radio Flyer, a little wagon on wheels with a big old engine attached to it. Looks totally dangerous to drive. This one of the more popular models from the early Hot Wheels days. This one's probably pretty old. I'm guessing that's from the 90s. It's probably 90s. You might be able to get a ID on that for the video there. So this one, I changed my mind on. It was ranked lower, and I ranked it higher because I think this is one of the Corgi models that Hot Wheels bought. And it's one I've not identified yet, and that's this forklift from 1999. So the dates line up well with when Hot Wheels bought a bunch of Corgi cars. My wheel is a little out of whack there. There we go. What happened was Hot Wheels either bought Corgi or bought a chunk of Corgi and inherited a bunch of these Corgi castings. Most of the castings didn't stick around very long. They were only used in either some multi-packs or made the mainline models for just a little bit and disappeared. Some of them have stuck around a really long time, but most disappeared. I believe this one's a Corgi model. I will look that up for you. I have a list of the Corgi models. I just don't have it here. I actually live in a couple different places, and so the list is at the other place I live where I do my editing. So if you're ever wondering why some things get edited and some don't, that's why. All right, we've got a Despicable Me model from 2017. Is this Slickback? I think this is Slickback, right? Slicked back. Despicable Me, they could have done more with this, but at least they picked a car with at least a decent footprint on it. Can't see that. There we go. Aye, matey. I don't really get it. There's the minions there on the side. All right, our next model. This is a stalker, but I do not remember which stalker that is, and the differences on these are pretty minute, and I didn't look it up. I'll see if I can read that signature, but that is a pretty nice stalker. It has, I was going to say rubber wheels. Yes, rubber wheels on it. It has survived the chop block. Probably would not see that car rolling down the road. Now, there's the signature, but I can't read that. Is that... I don't know who that is. All right. It was beaten out by this very cool Humvee. That is a Matchbox Humvee. We have a lot of these. There was a group of these. I do not think these came from the main lines. This was either from a 5-pack or it was from a little set. A lot of these came out around the same time with different color schemes, decorations on them. Little Humvee, very cool. Next up, we've got an R2-D2. This one is a Hot Wheels. he looks totally out of place in that diagram or diorama. So R2-D2, I believe this was the first run of these little Star Wars cars. Little character themed cars. They usually have a whole bunch of character references on the cars. Not really my favorite. I like the little spaceship cars a little bit better than these character cars. These tend to be a little bit too much over the top for me, but fun. Fun nonetheless. This is a Mustang, this is a Charger. Dodge Charger Drift. Up next, this one from 2018. This one is probably still on the shelves at some of your local Walmarts. From the 2018 main lines. We've got a Matchbox next. This is a Ford Probe. And you can tell by those graphics and those wheels that this thing is showing off some 90s graphics going on there. The decade where graphics didn't know what it wanted to do. Where we had just figured out we could print stuff, and then we just printed garbage. And yep, that's what we got. Even those wheels don't do much for me, but hey, it made it pretty far up the ladder on our little ranking. We got a Viper. I want to say this is a Viper. Is it a Viper? I don't know. I think that's a Viper. I'm going to go with Viper on this. Little Hot Wheels Viper. That one, yeah, it is. It's a Viper. It's an RT10. That one from 2017, so not that old. This casting does get a lot of play, though. That one sure does. There are a lot of those Vipers out there. I like that one, though. Another convertible, this time a Corvette. This one, the C7206 convertible. And that one from 2018. That one is not that old. In fact, I remember buying this one. I must have just thrown that in the box probably a few weeks ago. It's kind of unfair when I buy them and I've already determined I like them, and then I throw them in the box because they're going to rank fairly high no matter what. All right, now we're into the ones that were a little bit harder. All these kind of rank around the same spot. So first off were these, and I counted them as one instead of two. It is a hydraulic excavator. So you're thinking, well, that's not very exciting. But it is a Zylemex, or Zylemex. Z-Y-L-M-E-X. I always pronounce that Zylemex. From, I believe, Mexico. And I had this exact same model as a kid. I still have mine. Now I have three. This one must have been the played with version, and this was the collectible version. I really like these because we just saw one on a video not too long ago. They have these little hydraulic pistons, and that made them really fun. See that piston there? It's just a piece of plastic going in and out of a little black tube, but I thought those were really neat when I was a kid, and I am happy to have two more of those in pretty good shape. I don't see those very much in good shape. They broke easy, and those are going in my personal collection, but they did not make the top 5. What was that, about 8? I think that was number 8. So next up, another Corvette Grand Sport. This one of the mystery cars, and if I remember right, this was one of the supposed to be harder to find mystery cars. It was the Silver Cup version. If you don't believe me, there you go. See, look, Silver Cup. And this one had like a what, a bronze, a silver, and a gold. The gold in this one was the Ford GT, I think so. This is the newest series as of right now in 2018. Don't like that orange windshield at all, but I do like the rest of the car. All right, here it is. There's your Charger. So you know if I put a Charger here, I must really like the rest of these, because whether it's an AR Cuda or a Charger, very similar cars. They are some of my favorites. This one in orange, which is probably my least favorite. version of this car. There's that big opening in the front. Looks like a manta ray in the front with that big opening. All right. But right in front of it, beating it out, the Matchbox. Is this an AAR CUDA or is it just a 70 Plymouth CUDA? Beats out that Charger. Very similar cars. Put the Charger out here too, so you can kind of see. Very similar. I like that Matchbox version. They released a couple versions of this one, and I think this one's my favorite. I really like the tires on this one too. Very nice. Matchbox would, or Hot Wheels would probably never do a color like that. So, all right, here's another one of these Hero City cars. This one of the character cars. I'm looking for the name as I'm talking, trying to buy time. It is the Web Wheeler. And I know a lot of you are just like, oh, come on. That is a hard car to find. You don't know. Not popular at all, but hard to find. This one is one of the harder to find of the Hero City character cars. I've said it many times before. Hero City was a cartoon of Matchbox cars. They talked. It was very much like a H.R. Puffin stuff, very weird thing going on, kind of like Thomas the Train, and it got canceled pretty quickly. It was pretty much a big disaster as far as I know, and the cars that they had designed for it kind of went by the wayside very quickly. If you find these and you don't want to pay a lot for them, you'll find them in lots. People don't tend to think they're anything special, and they're not, because most people don't want them. They're not worth much. They're just hard to find. So, but it did get beat out by a few, and you guys will like this one better. It is a 2010 Ford Shelby. That one from the 2015 series. That is one of the Zamacs. I think one of the nicer Zamacs that have come out. We've got another Zamac here right behind this one, but this one with a lot of nice Tampa work. And boy, I do like the Zamacs. That is a nice looking car. All right, our top three. I said there was a Zamac following right behind it, and there is one of, or that is the other Zamac. That is the Super Van, also from 2015. Wouldn't be surprised if that one was on the shelf the same time as that Shelby was, but I like the Super Van better. That is very nice. This one came in originally red and maybe white, I think. I don't remember. But that is the Zamac version. Okay, we are down to our top two. And this one got bumped from the top spot because it's a team I don't like. It is a Matchbox Corvette from the Cincinnati Reds. That is a team car, 1992. Look at that thing. That thing looks like it just came out of the package yesterday. Rubber tires on that. The rims aren't anything super special. They never are on these. What did they call these? Premium models? I don't think this was part of the premium model series, but very much like the Matchbox premium models. I am guessing that one was sold probably at the stadium if you wanted your Cincinnati red car. I'll research that, but that's my guess. Nice car. I just don't like Cincinnati Reds. I'm not a big baseball fan to start with, so just not a Reds fan. All right, and number one. Now this one, probably, I don't have all the information. You can hear it rattling along, and it sounds like a funny car. This one is throwing me off a little bit to identify it. I think this is from 1977. It's either from 77 or 88. And what's throwing me is that the car that came with the Street Beast series in, I want to say 88, had different colorings. It was the same design, but it had like a pink or a magenta mixed in there, and this one does not. Now that's pretty normal for Hot Wheels in the early days. They would even bring some of these cars back many, many years after they were originally released and just changed one or two of the colors, and you would get the same car. This one with black walls, so that means it could be a little bit older. It does lift up like a funny car should, but all of them I can find right now to compare to have a different, slightly different coloration on it. This one with the black, the blue, and the orange. The ones I'm seeing have a black, I think a magenta, and an orange. So by the time I get this posted, there probably will be the answer right there as far as what this one is. So like I said, I don't think this guy's going to do very well against some of the other super winners that we've had. But he is the winner of this show. So that's going to do it for this one. I will see all of you in the next one. Bye bye.